Hello everyone, welcome back to Minus to Millions. We're in the second day of March now, and we've got £4,562 in the bank. And we have got a full pallet of lettuce outside our greenhouse now, so the first thing I want to do is get this sold to see how much money we get for it. So let's get this loaded onto the truck. It should fit on here perfectly. And it does. I'll just strap it down so it doesn't fall off on the way to the sell point. Now before we go and sell it, I will quickly check the price for lettuce. And it's £1,023, which is much more than the strawberries that we had last time, because they're only £262. So let's go and get this sold, and we'll see how much we get for it. Right, let's get these sold. It did take us quite a while to get a full pallet of lettuce from our greenhouse, so hopefully we get good money for these. I do think we need to get a large greenhouse though, so that we're producing pallets much quicker. And we got £511 for them, which isn't too bad, and that's a lot more than we got last time for the strawberries. Now the next thing we need to do is check on our chickens and see how they're getting on. So let's go and do that. Okay, we have got some eggs on a pallet, so they are producing them, and I'll quickly check the animal menu to see what their health and productivity is. So their health and productivity is at 100 now, and they've produced 36 eggs so far, and also they haven't used much feed. They've only used around 40 litres, so I think these 4 bags of feed that we've got here should last us quite a while. Now the next thing that I need to do is lease a roller, because if we look at our field, you'll see that it needs rolling, and at the moment we've got a 71% yield bonus, and once we've rolled the field, that will increase, which means that we'll get more from our field when we harvest it, and make more money. Now I've downloaded a mod, because all of the rollers require more horsepower than we have. So this one here requires 160, and this one requires 350. Now the mod I've downloaded is this here, the Gutler Matador 610S. And that only requires 80 horsepower and has a 6 meter working width. So let's see how much it is to lease. And it's £765. So it is quite expensive, but it will increase the yield of our crops. So I'll lease this and we'll head over and pick it up. Okay, I've picked the roller up from the shop, so let's unfold it and get started. Like I said, doing this should increase the yield bonus of our field. I'm not sure how much it will increase by though, so we'll have to have a look once we've finished. And I don't think it's going to take long to get done using this roller. Okay, that's the field finished, so let's see how much the yield bonus has increased. So this part here has a 65% bonus. I think we need to check the same part that we did before we rolled to see the difference. And it's still around 70%. I think it might have increased by 1 or 2%, but it definitely hasn't made much difference if the yield bonus has increased. So maybe it wasn't worth doing. We have still got a good yield bonus on the field though, so it doesn't matter. Anyway, we don't need the roller no more, so I'll return that to the shop. Okay, I've returned the roller, and I think the next thing we need to do is cut down some trees to make enough money to change our greenhouse to a large one, so we're producing pallets quicker and making more money. And I think I'll sell our greenhouse now, so we know how much more we need to make. Okay, we can sell it for £2,482, so I'll do that. And now we have £6,791, and it's £10,000 for a large greenhouse, so we'll only need to make a few thousand more. And I think we'll only have to cut down a few trees to make that, so it's not worth leasing a trailer. I'll just load them by hand onto the pickup. There is also some stumps that need removing from the trees I cut down before, and we'll have more stumps from the trees that we cut down now. So I'll have to lease a stump grinder for the skid steer loader once I've finished cutting these down. I think I'll start with this tree here, because there's also some smaller trees around here that I want to get rid of, so I'll do that once I've got this loaded up and sold. Right, let's see how much we get for this. And we got £1,473, so we only need to make another £2,000 to buy the greenhouse. So I'll head back and cut down a few more trees, and that should make us enough. And I'm going to get rid of these small trees in front of us first, and then cut down one more big tree. There's only a few small trees that I want to remove, and they don't take up much space on the pickup, so I might be able to get all the logs from them and the logs from one big tree on the truck at once. I'll just have to see how it goes. Okay, I did manage to get the logs from all the small trees and the big one on the truck, apart from these small pieces that I had to cut off some logs to lift them by hand, and I've put them in a pile here. So let's go and get this sold. Okay, let's see what we get. So we got 2,167, and we've got enough now for the greenhouse, so I'll go back and buy that. Right, I've moved our equipment over there because I think this area here will be better to place the greenhouse. So let's have a look. And I'm going to place it sideways so it should fit perfectly. Okay, it does fit. And somewhere around here should be fine. Yeah, I definitely think it's better here, and our pallets will spawn in along this side, so there's plenty of room to pick them up. I will need to remove this bush though, because it's in the way. And also the tree, so I'll cut that down now, then I can remove the stump after. Now we do need to fill the greenhouse with water, which we have to pay for, and the large greenhouse will use more water than the medium one. We also need to lease a stump grinder, and we don't have much money left, so I think I'll quickly cut down one tree, and hopefully that will make us enough money. I'll just load these small pieces onto the truck as well. Now, let's get this tree cut down. Hopefully all the logs from this fit on the truck at once, because the smaller pieces I've put on there have took up a bit of space. Okay, I did get all the logs on, which is good, as I won't have to come back and then go back to the sell point. Okay, let's get this sold. And we got £1,733 for it, so now we've got £2,148 in the bank. So I'll head back over to our land, and then we can fill up our greenhouse with water. Okay, let's get this trailer filled up. I can't remember how much it is to fill this trailer up, but I think it holds around 2,000 litres, so it shouldn't be too expensive. And it was £208, which isn't too bad, but it would be a lot better for us if we could use the pond to refill our water for free, especially now we have a large greenhouse, because like I said, it will use more water than the medium one. but it will be producing pallets a lot quicker, so it isn't too bad. Okay, the trailer's empty now, and I think I'll put one more trailer into the greenhouse before we start production. Now let's start a production in our greenhouse. And we've got 4,164 litres of water in here now, so that should last us a few days. And I'm going to do lettuce again, because the price for a full pallet is quite good. And now we have a large greenhouse, we'll be producing pallets much quicker and making more money. Now the next thing we need to do is lease a stump grinder to remove the stumps from the trees that we've cut down. So let's see how much it is for one of them. And it's £127, which isn't bad. So I'll lease this and head over and pick it up. Okay, I've picked the stump grinder up from the shop, which did take a while because this skid steer loader is very slow. And I'm not sure what's happening, but I can't seem to find any of the stumps from the small trees that we cut down. The only stumps left are the ones from the big trees. So I'm guessing the stumps from the small trees must have removed themselves, which doesn't normally happen. But I think all I can do for now is remove the stumps that are left from the big trees. So let's get that done. Right, that's all the stumps removed that was left from the big trees, and there isn't a stump from the small tree we cut down here either, so they definitely have removed themselves. And we don't need the stump grinder anymore, so I'll return that to the shop. Okay, I've returned the stump grinder to the shop, so that's everything for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, let me know by leaving a like and feel free to subscribe so you never miss another video.